Hello, Steve Bonacontri from Angular Orange with another Angular tutorial. Today we're going to talk about observables and try to apply it to the reactive programming model provided by Angular Framework. Okay, creating response fast event-driven applications where an observable event stream is pushed to subscribers. The observable observer design pattern is used for asynchronous programming. What is an observable? It's an object that streams elements from some data source, say a socket, an array, or UI events, one element at a time. Now here's the nice things about an observable. Streams data to subscribers using a push model, and the push model is extremely important because programmers like things pushed to them when it's ready. Data pushed to a subscriber can be transformed on the way from the source to the subscriber by applying various operator functions, that is maps, filters, aggregators, etc. The streams could be canceled, and you could also be notified about the end of the stream. So these are very attractive characteristics of an observable, and this is the base foundation of reactive programming. There's two types of observables. One is cold. It starts streaming data when some code calls subscribe on it. And there's hot. It starts streaming data even if there is no subscriber interested in receiving the data. Typically, we use cold observables because typically, we subscribe to it when we need the data in web applications, so we'll be discussing a lot of that. An observer is an object that handles a data stream pushed by an observable. Okay, so an observer is waiting for data to get streamed to it. If an object makes a web service call and the observable is used to make that web service call, the observer is waiting for the result. So give me the result when the observable pushes the data to that object. So that's really what an observer is doing. It's waiting for results. It's a script that subscribes to an observable, and it provides an observer object that knows what to do with the stream elements. Okay, so here's an example. Let my subscription be of type subscription, and I'm going to define it to be an observable which subscribes to my observer. My subscription can also unsubscribe. Okay, so visually, what does an observable and observer look like? Well, an observable is streaming characters or some objects to the observer, and so the observer might want to map the results or filter the results. And so the observable stream emits the next element. It could throw an error. It could send a signal that streaming is over. But the observer callback functions handle the next element of the observable, handles errors of the observable, and handle end of stream notifications. Okay, from arrays to iterables and observables. So JavaScript methods for working with arrays. You have a map function. You could apply this function to each element of the array. The result is the same size of the array. You have a filter, which can apply a function to each array element, and that result would be the same size or less. And you could have a reduce function, which produces an aggregate value from an array. Like it could reduce a single value by, let's say, adding up all the elements. So as an observable pushes its data stream, you could map and filter and reduce the stream. Okay, what is a stream? It's a collection of data given to your application over time. Iterables and iterators treat an array as a data collection and iterate through it like a pull model. For example, if you have a shopping cart array, you can map and convert it to a JSON object. If you have a book array, you could filter and determine, if the price is greater than 30, you could grab those elements. If you have a person array, you could reduce by saying, give me the average weight of the people in the array. So there's different methods you can operate on arrays. And then we're going to go to a generator. A generator is an iterable. It turns a function into an iterator. And it does still have a pull model. You could use an asterisk in front of the method name, and you could use the next function and the yield to execute pieces of the function at a time. So if I go next, it would execute up to yield. So we'll show you some of that. Observables are more advanced since it pushes data to the subscribers. It has a push model. Okay, so we're going to discuss some of these in the course. We're going to talk about 2 observable examples. One's called Observables and the other one's called Observable HTTP. And feel free to join the course and experience some of the training we have on observables. Thank you for coming.